bit and stepping aside from the Modi factor, as it were, I think what matters most at the end of the day, when an ordinary taxpayer, a voter, goes to the polling booth, he or she asks himself some relevant questions. That if the government promised me X, Y, Z, have at least 65 or 70 or 75% of the promises been delivered, or have I been taken for a royal ride? And I can say with a lot of confidence that the only thing going for the opposition at this point in time is the fact that they say Modi ne ye nahi kiya, Amit Shah ne ye wo nahi kiya, JP Nadda ne ye nahi kiya. I want to ask to your channel, what is it that the Congress has by way of an economic agenda, a common minimum program, a political agenda, apart from an anti-Narendra Modi rhetoric? Rhetoric and platitudes don't win you general elections in a country of 140 crore people. And coming to the development bit, like I said, people say, oh, we are tired ad nauseum of BJP spokespersons talking of Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas, Sabka Vishwas, Sabka Prayas. But the fact is that inclusive politics is one of the biggest hallmarks of the Modi government. And I think that is amply demonstrated in the fact that, just 10 seconds, Preeti, amply demonstrated in the fact that you look at any of the Modi government's development schemes across the spectrum, from a Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana to a Pradhan Mantri Mudra Yojana to a Pradhan Mantri Kisan Samman Nidhi Yojana to, Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana, more than 50 to 55% of the beneficiaries are women, and surprisingly, more than 25 to 30% of the beneficiaries belong to minority communities, particularly Muslims. So this is, a strong rebuttal to people who say that Modi Sarkar ke aane ke baad majoritarianism has taken over. That is absolutely far from what the ground truth is.
All right. Okay. Well, that's your perspective. I want to bring in Lavanya Balal into this conversation. Lavanya, one thing is very clear, Ms. Balal, that one has now entered the heats when it comes down to the big games of 2024. The Congress might want to look at and take one election at a time, but the larger picture, when it comes to 2024, the two political analysts that we have on the show this evening actually believe that the success of the Bharat Jodo Yatra, the bigger Rahul Gandhi actually gets, is incremental to the BJP than detrimental, because then this makes a fight between Rahul Gandhi and Prime Minister Modi, and it also somewhere down the line alienates the opposition.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear your question. Could you please repeat?
Madam, you want to go and fight it out at a state level, but you have to keep an eye on the national scale. Contrary, you might be basking in the glory of what you say is the success of the Bharat Jodo Yatra. The political analysts on the show believe the success of the Bharat Jodo Yatra could be detrimental to your lot going into 2024, making it a presidential election.
Let me make it very clear, because there seems to be some kind of comprehension problem in the media and among the BJP leaders. We have made it very clear multiple times. Bharat Jodo Yatra is not for the election purposes. We have made it evident.
Madam, okay, I will make it clear when it comes down to comprehension to the media. No, Ms. Balal, no, Ms. Balal. You've said something where you said there's a comprehension problem. I just want to reiterate that. From the Bharat Jodo Yatra, which you might have called the ideological yatra, in 10 days you move on to the Haath Jodo Abhyas, which I believe is political. So let's take it from there. Go ahead, madam.
Yeah, we will talk about the Haath Jodo Abhiyan. Let me clear the misconception that seems to be surrounding Bharat Jodo Yatra. Bharat Jodo Yatra is an ideological program that Congress has done. It is not for the political purposes. It is not for electoral purposes. Yes, it is for political purposes, but not for electoral purposes. This has been told multiple times. Having said that, yes, Haath Se Haath Jodo program was launched by our President Shri Karge ji, and we will continue with that program. Are we looking at 2024? Absolutely. We have 2024 in our minds, and we are working towards that. And I think the previous caller was saying, does Congress have a political agenda? Does it have any other agenda? Yes, absolutely we do. And when you are talking about Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas, we are sorry, we have seen Sabka Saath, it is about corruption. It is about how the entire nation has been dragged down by the BJP. There is absolutely no administration in this nation. There is bigotry everywhere, and there is also whistle calling, dog whistling, and all of that happening by the BJP leaders. No, we are not filled with the rhetoric. We have a narrative as to why people should be voting for Congress. And while we are talking as a political party, yes, absolutely, we will talk about other opposition parties and tell them why BJP has failed as a national party, which came with a thumping majority in the previous election, 2019.
All right, madam, that's your abject right to do so. You are the opposition. You can take whatever narrative you want to take to the people. The people will decide ultimately. Sanju Verma, you want to come in for a rebuttal? Go ahead.
Yes, thank you, Preeti. Preeti, I actually find it hilarious when people talk about corruption. I mean, the Congress's biggest so-called leader from Karnataka, D.K. Shivkumar, who has made no bones about the fact that he's vying for the chief ministerial post in the elections in a couple of months from now. That they won't win is a different matter altogether. And he's out on bail. Let's not forget, Sonia Gandhi is out on bail in the National Herald scam. Rahul Gandhi is out on bail in the National Herald scam. P. Chidambaram is out on bail in the INX media scam. So the Congress sitting here and giving a bhashan to BJP on political propriety is like the pot calling the kettle black. Point number one. Point number two, Preeti, I have always maintained that the Congress is great at managing vote share, but it is unable to convert these votes into winnable seats. And I think the biggest example of that is the Uttarakhand elections last year, where the difference in vote share between Congress and BJP was barely 7%. But the BJP won 47 seats in Uttarakhand. The Congress was reduced to a measly 19 seats, despite their tall claims that is baar ko Uttarakhand mein, because of Chief Minister changing repeatedly, the BJP will be routed, which was not the case. I also want to say one other thing to the Congress. You know, they went to Uttar Pradesh with Priyanka Vadra's this huge campaign, Ladki Hu, Lad Sakti Hu. What did Ladki Hu, Lad Sakti Hu get the Congress? It won 2 measly seats in Uttar Pradesh with an all-time low vote share of 2.35%. BJP came back to power consecutively for the second time, and it happened for the first time in 37 odd years of India's political history.
Okay.
So we don't need lessons from the Congress on how to peddle a narrative, because the Congress is only good at peddling false narratives.
No, but the fact is, okay, if Ladki Hu, I want to bring in our, okay, Lavanya Balal, I know you want to come. Okay, ma'am, respond, and then I'll cut across to our other two guests. Quickly respond.
I would like to respond to this. She's taken ample time. So I would like to tell her, Ladki Hu, Lad Sakti Hu was a response for the number of assaults that kept happening on the women in Uttar Pradesh. I think nobody can forget Unnao or any other rape cases that have happened in Uttar Pradesh. And when she talks about corruption, let us also talk about how Jay Shah's income just skyrocketed during the demonetization period. Or let us talk about how the assets of BJP leaders have skyrocketed. Karnataka is plagued by 40% commission, and just a couple of days ago, their own MLC was caught saying how they will do the Operation Lotus in Karnataka, even if they don't win the elections. So when their focus as a party, BJP's focus is all about winning elections. It is not about good administration.
I need to go into a break. Madam, I need to go into a break. We also have DK Shivkumar from your party who's joining us. But Ms. Sanju Verma, you want to come in for a quick rebuttal? Go for it. I'll slip into a break, and then Rahul Srivastav. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. You need to let me finish.
One second. Sanju Verma, go ahead. Go ahead. What do you say?
Thank you. Thank you, Preeti. Preeti, I just want to make one very important point. The fact of the matter is that, be it the world's largest financial inclusion program via Jan Dhan, where we have opened more than 48 crore bank accounts, be it Ayushman Bharat, the world's largest health insurance scheme, be it the fact that more than 220 crore vaccine doses have been given and India successfully conducted.
Preeti, if I may respond, I'm sure we are not taking too much of time.
Madam, 1 second, the reason, okay.
You need to let me finish, Preeti.
Don't talk over each other. Can I just get Sanju Verma, and I'll tell you why I've given her more chance. Go ahead. Ms. Verma, make your point.
Thank you. Preeti, I just want to say that, in the last 2.5 odd years, we've seen 2 black swan events globally. A, the pandemic, and B, the Russia-Ukraine conflict. And despite 2 black swan events, the IMF in its latest report says, this is not the BJP or Sanju Verma saying, The IMF says
Okay.
that it is due to the credibility of leadership provided by Narendra Modi that India recorded the fastest growth rate of 8.7% in the previous financial year and will have a close to 7%
Okay.
GDP growth even in the current financial year when the world is in the brink
All right,
of a
okay. The
recession.
fact is, ultimately, it will come down to the people, Ms. Verma, and they will decide, which party is more capable of taking on the mantle in 2024. Ms. Lavanya, yes, I did go to Ms. Verma one more time. And the reason I did so is, madam, because your own party person, DK Shivakumar, is joining me on the other side. So it's only fair that the BJP gets more time. I appreciate both of you for joining us. Thank you. We're going to slip into a quick break. Rahul Srivastav and our other panelist, Mr. Yayar, request you to stay with us. Feel free to take some questions from Mr. DK Shivakumar. A quick break on the other side. Viewers, Priyanka Gandhi led the Congress campaign in Karnataka, second visit to deliver the second round of promises with Na Nayaki rally. All of that, the controversy surrounding it and also the controversy surrounding Mr. Sivakumar as well. Will he be the chief ministerial face or will it be Mr. Siddaramaiah? All of that coming up next. Stay with me.
It's 2023, and India remains the sole shining star in the global economy. So what lies ahead as the Modi government prepares its last full budget before the 2024 general elections? Join the biggest names in business journalism, decoding the jargon with the biggest newsmakers. From the most credible, in-depth analysis of Budget 2023, tune in for Modinomics 2023 through the month. Only on India Today and Business Today Television, gold standard of business journalism.
Virat Kohli, is he closing in on the Virat Kohli that we got so used to seeing a few years ago? A Virat Kohli that could win matches single-handedly, a Virat Kohli that would get 100 every third or fourth match. Is this Virat Kohli the same Virat Kohli we're seeing that we saw a few years ago?
Well, why not, Nikhil? In fact, a majority of this phase where Virat didn't get a single 100 since the start of 2020, he didn't play too many ODIs. He took, during all that time, he took breaks. India didn't play too many ODIs also because for reasons very obvious, because India had to play 2 T20 World Cups back to back. So Virat did. So I think ODI cricket is one format that suits Virat Kohli a lot. And the 100 that he got against Afghanistan, it had monkey off his back. And thereafter, although tougher tests await Virat Kohli because you have Australia, the team that will be coming here in India for that Border Gavaskar Trophy, where India will play 4 tests against them. Then you have the ODI World Cup. Now remember, the ODI World Cup is to be played here in India, and who better than Virat would be aware of the conditions here, because he's got 2100s at home, most that any player has scored at home. And it is all about confidence. The moment you are not getting those runs, you're not getting those hundreds, at times you feel that am I really that bad? And suddenly you see that same old Virat Kohli back to what he did a couple of years ago, scoring hundreds. 300s in a matter of 4 games is is something that we can associate only and only from Virat Kohli, that he used to do. In 2018 he has done that, in 2016 he has done that, in 2013 he has done that, or 2014. So start of the year and ODI World Cup, I think it augurs really, really well for the Indian team with Virat in this kind of a form.
Jallikattu is a centuries-old sport practiced among the Tamils. The first references of Jallikattu is founded in a seal discovered at Mohenjo-daro. It's dated between 2500 BC and 1800 BC. Back then it was called Erutharuval, meaning embracing the bull. Mention of Jallikattu is also found in Sangam age Tamil epics, Silapadikaram. This in particular added sacred meaning to this custom of bull taming sport. The term Jallikattu is a union of two words, Salli or coins and Kattu or tie. In this festival, a bundle of coins is tied to the bull's horns while contestants attempt to tame it to seize the prize of coins. If they fail, the bull owner retains it. Traditionally, Jallikattu is celebrated in the second week of January at the time of Tamil harvest festival of Pongal on Matu Pongal Day. It represents a symbolic event to honor bull owners who rear them for mating. Over the centuries, it has become a traditional way for the agricultural community to preserve their pure breed native bulls, which are otherwise used only for meat or ploughing the fields. Kangayam, Puligulam, Umbalacheri, Bargur and Malai Mad are among some of the native cattle breeds reared specially for Jallikattu in Tamil Nadu. Not the whole of Tamil Nadu engages in this practice. It is revered across the Madurai, Tiruchirappalli, Theni, Pudukkottai and Dindigul districts of Tamil Nadu, and these are known as the Jallikattu belt.
Welcome back, viewers. Now let's take you to Karnataka. The BJP versus Congress showdown in poll-bound Karnataka's only gaining steam. The Congress's Priyanka Gandhi led the Na Naiki convention in the poll-bound state today, which included her taking oath as the people's leader in a mega outreach to women. The Grand Old Party has now announced a women-oriented scheme by vowing 2,000 rupees to every woman in the household if voted to power. Titled Gruha Lakshmi scheme, the Congress claims it would benefit 1.5 crore housewives. In wake of the Congress's convention in Bengaluru, a war of words has now erupted between the BJP and the Congress. The BJP, in a direct counter to the Congress Women Outreach Program, published mega ads promoting women in politics as well as women empowerment schemes. The BJP launched a similar scheme promising 2,000 rupees to all women under the Gruha Shakti advertisement. A lot going on in Karnataka. Rahul Srivastava, if I can say it in one line, Revdi culture is practically every party's go-to when it comes down to elections on the annual.
Yeah, I think it's everywhere now. Yeah.
You
Or
seem
maybe
quite fed up with it, Bharat.
You can say that Priyanka
yes.
kickstarts the Revdi war in Karnataka.
Well, the BJP's
Congress
matched it. The BJP is quite matched it. We're going to get DK Shivkumar up next. But in Karnataka, Rahul, as somebody who's observing the politics in that state, the landscape right now very, very different than, say, any other state where Congress has gone in pole position. This time, many feel it is in pole position.
Preeti, I think what Priyanka Gandhi has done today is part of a very well thought out strategy by the Congress. It is not in isolation in Karnataka. The Congress has decided that in most of the states where the elections are going to be held, including one union territory of Jammu and Kashmir, women are going to be a big focus. And there is a very strong political reality which is backing this decision. The reality is that women are voting more than men, and they are voting more if there are in favor of a party if there is a positive response to the policies pursued by a party or promised by a party. Now, if you look at UP elections where the BJP didn't have things going for it, the women voted very strongly for the BJP. In Gujarat, despite a lot of anti-incumbency, women voters backed the BJP compared to the number of men, although at the end, a lot of picture got muddied, given the kind of phenomenal victory the BJP scored. The fact is that the Congress has realized that this is happening. 2.5 crore women voters in Karnataka, 1.5 crore beneficiaries of 2,000 rupees that Priyanka Gandhi has announced. It's something which is happening in Karnataka. See, for example, Mr. Kumaraswamy has announced that if the JDS comes to power, there will be a woman deputy chief minister. Right now, only one woman MLA is there, and that's his wife in Karnataka. But nevertheless, he has announced it. Primarily because in Karnataka, three political forces are trapped in three political demographic zones. One, BJP with upper caste and Lingayats, Congress with Dalits, Muslim and some of OBCs, and the JDS with the Vokaligas and OBCs. Now, somebody has to break it. To break it, you need to cover a pan Karnataka entity. And women are a very strong voter now. And that's one realization every party has. So the Congress has made a good move. The BJP has its own scheme. They will try to play catch up. But the fact is, I think eventually we may call it Revdi culture or whatever. I think it is beyond the issues of emotive appeals like hijab and others. I think there is some positivity creeping into the system. At least people are realizing that something needs to be done about the people of a state.
You know, Rahul, we're just waiting for DK Shivkumar to join us live. But while I do so, there's a huge difference in terms of the political landscape where if you are pitching to women, the Congress here, the Ladki Hu Lad Sakti Hu campaign never quite took off in a state like Uttar Pradesh, but there could be very different traction in Karnataka for the Congress.
Yes, Preeti, that's exactly, and that's the point Shekhar had made it at the beginning of the program, is that if you have a Narendra Modi, you can't always succeed just on Narendra Modi. At one time, there was an Amitabh Bachchan who was not doing well. Then came Sholay because there was somebody called Salim Javed who created the perfect scripts. And then they started doing well. Amitabh Bachchan movies started flopping because there was one Amitabh Bachchan, movies tailored around him, no stories, no plot, no proper execution, no proper distribution. And that's exactly where the problem was. That in Priyanka Gandhi as a leader, she had a good scheme, but then there is no organization to back it. The BJP, on the other hand, if there is a Narendra Modi, has a good organization, keeps working at Panna Pramukh, this entity, Yatras, several other things. Also, it keeps feeding that entity that if there is a polarization which helps the BJP will do that. So it keeps watering the plant to ensure that it grows into a tree. I think what is happening in Karnataka, that somewhere there is more fertile ground for a Priyanka Gandhi compared to Uttar Pradesh because it has the cadres, it has been in power recently, and I think it has a machinery to take the message forward. And that is why the chances of it succeeding in Karnataka are definitely much more than in Uttar Pradesh.
You know, Rahul, stay on with me while we wait for DK Shivkumar to just come in. We're going to quickly cut across to the other big developing story, political, as it was in the national capital, and that had Arvind Kejriwal staging a march and taking his fight literally to the doorstep of the LG.
The bitter spat between the Delhi government and Lieutenant Governor VK Saxena spilled out onto the streets of the national capital once again on Monday. Chief Minister of Delhi Arvind Kejriwal led a protest march with party legislators from the assembly to the LG's residence. On reaching the Lieutenant Governor's residence, the Chief Minister claimed they were denied an audience. Kejriwal slammed the Lieutenant Governor for blocking government schemes, including plans to send school teachers to Finland for training.
बेहद दुख है कि आज हम सब लोगों को, दिल्ली के मुख्यमंत्री को, दिल्ली के सारे चुने हुए विधायकों को एलजी हाउस मार्च करके कोई बड़ी चीज के लिए नहीं जाना पड़ रहा है, मात्र इस चीज के लिए जाना पड़ रहा है कि एलजी साहब हमारे शिक्षकों को फिनलैंड ट्रेनिंग के लिए जाने दो, उनको मत रोको। आपने दिल्ली में योगा क्लासेस रोक दी, बताओ योगा क्लासेस रोकने से एलजी साहब को क्या फायदा हुआ? 17,000 लोग डेली योगा करते थे, मैं उनको फ्री में योगा कराता था। जी साहब ने अफसरों को बोल के दिल्ली के सारे मोहल्ला क्लिनिक्स की सारी पेमेंट रुकवा दी, दवाइयां रुकवा दी, टेस्ट रुकवा दिए, डॉक्टरों की तनख्वाह रुकवा दी, मोहल्ला क्लिनिक का रेंट रुकवा दिया, मोहल्ला क्लिनिक का बिजली का बिल रुकवा दिया।
Amid the protest, the Lieutenant Governor's office issued a clarification saying VK Saxena hadn't rejected the teachers' training proposal. The statement called the Aam Aadmi Party's charge misleading and motivated. The Lieutenant Governor's office said Saxena had asked the Aam Aadmi Party government to re-evaluate the proposal with a cost-benefit analysis, asking them to check for other teacher training programs within India.
देखिए, अरविंद केजरीवाल और आम आदमी पार्टी को संवैधानिक संस्थाओं पर विश्वास नहीं है। लेफ्टिनेंट गवर्नर साहब ने क्या मांगा? एक कॉस्ट एनालिसिस शीट ही तो मांगी है, लेकिन आपको हर बार की तरह आप उसको ईगो पे ले जाते हैं। दिल्ली का विकास आपने करना नहीं, लेकिन उसकी जगह आप इस तरह का ड्रामा क्रिएट करते हो।
Ahead of the protest march, ruckus broke out between Aam Aadmi Party and BJP legislators in the assembly on the first day of the winter session. BJP and Aam Aadmi Party MLAs engaged in sloganeering against each other in the House, after which the day's proceedings were adjourned. BJP MLAs had come to the Delhi Assembly carrying oxygen cylinders and wearing oxygen masks in protest against poor air quality in the national capital. The winter session is expected to go on till Wednesday.
As per the MLAs, especially the Aam Aadmi Party MLAs, has clearly said that the LG government has declined their teacher training, but on contrary, LG office has clearly said that there is no declination of that. But the matter is that he advised to evaluate internal assessment system within the country, especially as far as the teacher training program is concerned. With camera person Shailendra in Delhi, it's Ram Kinkar Singh for India Today.
Let me quickly cut across to Rahul Srivastava for more on this. Rahul, you know, it's interesting because there's pressure on Kejriwal as well to be in the news, to be seen fighting the battle against the BJP.
Yes, Preeti, I think that's the idea. You see, suddenly that's an idea which is driving the Congress party, and in fact has driven the Congress party to undertake a over 3,000-kilometer long walk. Primarily because the Congress realizes that there are political forces now in the country who have realized that they will devour the Congress first, emerge as the principal opposition to the BJP, and then vie for the first spot. So the Congress does not want to be left behind. And Arvind Kejriwal also is under pressure, primarily because he did well in Delhi, in Punjab, but in Gujarat, he met a Waterloo. And in that, Arvind Kejriwal realized that he needs to do much more than what he has to challenge BJP in places where the BJP is strong compared to a Punjab or Delhi. And that is why I think that we will definitely see an intensification. Also because this Lieutenant Governor issue does give Arvind Kejriwal kind of getting in sync with a national picture, because almost every state where there is an opposition-ruled state, we find that there is a state versus center because of the governor happening. So if there is a narrative building against the center because of the governors, I think Arvind Kejriwal does not want to miss that bus.
Going ahead in 2024, Rahul, the way you see it, especially where the landscape, political landscape of the country, at least now, coming at the back of Gujarat, the Aam Aadmi Party, Arvind Kejriwal, has realized the party's limitations.
Yes, I think I will say that if he has not, then it will not be Arvind Kejriwal. A smart move by Arvind Kejriwal, primarily because a political party needs to learn. Somebody like a BJP, for example, Preeti may deny it, but the fact is that the BJP has taken lessons from Rahul Gandhi's Yatra. We know for specifically that those who follow BJP, that changes are being made, district level entities are being made stronger. There are 160 odd seats on which the BJP started working harder, cadre mobilization. A lot of elements are going to change in the BJP because it realizes that the Congress is doing something which can challenge its systems and matrix all over the country. For example, the Haath Se Haath Jodo is a very interesting exercise, though it may be in form of a letter from Rahul Gandhi reaching instead of Rahul Gandhi, but 6 lakh villages. So the BJP is definitely already at it. If there is a challenge, the BJP changes. The BJP creates a counter challenge. And I think that's what Arvind Kejriwal have to do. I think the bigger test for him is going to be, perhaps he may tweak his strategy, get more aggressive against BJP or whatever. But I think the bigger problem challenge lies ahead is where he ideologically stands on several national issues. I think that's what is one Rubicon that he will have to cross if he has to make it big against the BJP.
All right, Rahul, appreciate you joining us. We're going to continue to keep an eye on all developments that take place. Very soon, we'll also be getting you the latest on DK Shiv Kumar. I'm afraid he's gotten a little tired. But with that, a quick break to stay with us. News and updates continue.
Bonhomie on display during Congress's Bharat Jodo Yatra seems to have been short-lived. While Rajasthan is going to elections this year, the infamous infighting within the Congress party has popped up again. Sachin Pilot, an aspirant to replace a defunct Ashok Gehlot as Chief Minister of Rajasthan, has been perennially in waiting. Pinning hope on Sonia, Rahul and Priyanka Gandhi, but his patience seems to be running out. Pilot has now turned into a Yatri minus the beard. From January 16th, Pilot will address farmers and youth in a series of public meetings in the Jat Gujar heartland of Rajasthan. Pilot's move to embark upon a Yatra has generated a lot of interest in the Congress circle and outside. While some view it as a pressure tactic, others dubbing it as an ultimatum to the Gandhis. This comes days after Sachin Pilot urged Congress party leadership to take a decision soon on the issue of leadership change in the state.
I think Ashok ji is someone who has vast experience. He's been on many positions in the party and in the government, and today also he is the Chief Minister of Rajasthan. I think it's unbecoming of someone with such experience and with so much of opportunity that the party has given him to make such baseless and false allegations. I think this is not the time for mudslinging. This is the time to work collectively to make sure that the Bharat Jodo Yatra that Rahul Gandhi is leading becomes a success.
Sachin Pilot is a known rebel. Earlier in 2020, Pilot almost brought his own government on the verge of collapse by claiming over 30 Congress MLAs have pledged support to him. But the Gehlot camp is not sitting idle either. Dropping a not-so-subtle hint that he's not handing over the baton anytime soon, Chief Minister Ashok Gehlot is conducting his own Chintan Shivir in the capital city Jaipur for 2 days. Primary focus of the Shivir is to review the progress of schemes and budget announcement. In the past, Chief Minister Ashok Gehlot has targeted Sachin Pilot on several occasions.
7 साल के अंदर एकमात्र राजस्थान हिंदुस्तान का राज्य होगा जब प्रदेश कांग्रेस कमेटी के अध्यक्ष को बदलने की मांग नहीं करी, ना सी निर्णय ना जो निर्णय, एक छोटी खबर नहीं पड़ी होगी किसी ने कि पायलट साहब को हटाना चाहिए प्रदेश कांग्रेस कमेटी अध्यक्ष से। हम जानते थे कि निकम्मा है, नाकारा है, कुछ काम नहीं कर रहा है, खाली लोगों को लड़वा रहा है।
The task for the Congress Party's High Command is now cut out. To not allow Rajasthan to go the Punjab way. Bureau Report, India Today.
Make your media plan smarter with India Today Live TV on your connected devices. Amplify your brand with 100 million smart internet viewers. To advertise, mail us at sales@aajtak.com.
Experience in writing the book must be very extensive because it was an extensive process. What was your experience while you were writing and researching about this book?
Right. Thank you so much. We started our vaccination on 16th of January 2021, so we are now nearing 2 years of that process. This book essentially covers the vaccine journey of India. It talks about not just the vaccination, the administration process, but also how the vaccines were researched, developed, what roles different parties played, like the government or the industry. We also spoke about the bottlenecks which we overcame. How did we use the technology, like COVID, for example? How did we have the communication strategy? So this book covers the whole gamut, and it was a great experience writing this because it's a story of our national achievement. We bring forward what India has collectively achieved through these 2 years, and it's a very positive story about an Indian milestone.
When this entire process was happening, we really saw a lot of internal criticism. COVID was not working for a day. There was criticism. There were criticism about decisions being taken. What does your book detail about how the decisions were being taken when such criticism was probably the driving factor in that backdrop?
Right. The criticism were easy to have because it's such a complex process, and there was no playbook to handle this crisis. The decisions had to be made with limited information and also evolving situation because the virus itself was mutating. They were, of course, like when PM Modi spoke about this crisis, he always spoke about lives and saving lives and livelihoods. So you had to take a call where you cannot shut down everything infinitely, and also you have to, also save lives at the same time. So how do you balance the two objectives? And hence, while what looked very difficult in short term, like, how do we handle the crisis? How do we make the vaccines? The fact is, 2 years, if you look back in the hindsight, we actually did a pretty good job in terms of all aspects of the response, be it the health aspect, be it the financial management aspect, be it saving the economy. So, again, the book really spoke to people who were involved in these decisions, and we bring that perspective as to how those decisions were made.
He made his acting debut in 2000 and is now one of the finest actors in the industry. Well, she started off and has been making the cut since 2008.
Why are you asking me so many questions? तुम्हें क्या लगता है? लड़कियां सिर्फ अफेयर करने के लिए होती हैं?
He's from Amchi, Mumbai. She, on the other hand, was born in Delhi to a Punjabi father and a Kashmiri mother. Both come from different backgrounds, one insider, other one an outsider with a 10-year age gap. But when love strikes, it knows no boundaries, and that's exactly what Hrithik Roshan and Sabaa Azad's love story is all about. That's right. Interestingly, the duo met in the most Gen Z way possible. In fact, just like how Priyanka Chopra and Nick Jonas did. Sweet but almost unthinkable. Yes, Sabha slipped into Hrithik's DMs to thank him for his sweet gesture after Hrithik had shared one of Sabha's musical collaboration to praise her.
Tonight at 9 p.m. on the news today with me, Rajdeep Sardesai. The bugle for the 2024 general elections has been sounded. Prime Minister Narendra Modi on a roadshow ahead of the BJP National Executive, even as Rahul Gandhi continues with his Bharat Jodo Yatra and sister Priyanka joins the campaign trail in Karnataka. Is it going to be Modi versus all in 2024? Has the BJP put all its eggs in the Modi basket? That's going to be the big talking point on the news today. Also, the centre seems to be itching for a confrontation with the judiciary over the collegium system of selecting judges. Is the centre trying to bulldoze the judiciary? We'll be joined by top former judge Justice Madan Loku. All that and much more on the news today.
So sorry.
भैया भारत जोड़ो यात्रा मैं रुकेगा नहीं। कानपुर सर्दी में 40 मरे, पूरे भारत में शीतलहर, सर्दी से कांपा भारत। राहुल गांधी की टी शर्ट पर कराएंगे रिसर्च। उप मुख्यमंत्री उत्तर प्रदेश राहुल को हाफ टी शर्ट में क्यों नहीं लगती ठंड, शोध का विषय। बेवजह लोग कर रहे हैं दिमाग अपना खर्च। मेरी टी शर्ट में है कितना दम, हो रहा है सर्च। कौन समझाए भैया, ये टी शर्ट नहीं, ये है सत्य का कवच। जो ना समझे भैया इस बात को, वो करता रहे रिसर्च।
हाँ भैया, जो बोला वो है बिल्कुल सच। ये टी शर्ट पॉलिटिक्स भी ना हो गई है टू मच।
कदम कदम बढ़ाए जा, टी शर्ट के गुण गाए जा। ये सर्दी भी क्या चीज है, टी शर्ट पहन भगाए जा।
कदम कदम बढ़ाए जा, टी शर्ट के गुण गाए जा। ये सर्दी भी क्या चीज है, टी शर्ट पहन भगाए जा।
It's 2023, and India remains the sole shining star in the global economy. So what lies ahead as the Modi government prepares its last full budget before the 2024 general elections? Join the biggest names in business journalism, decoding the jargon with the biggest newsmakers. From the most credible, in-depth analysis of Budget 2023, turn into Modinomics 2023 through the month. Only on India Today and Business Today Television, gold standard of business journalism.
Co-presented by Panasonic. Create today, enrich tomorrow. Co-presented by Reliance Digital. Technology se rishta jodo.